Hello, everyone. This is Top 4, episode 234. We are, well, like what, 2 hours? We are 2 hours away from probably the most fun ladder matches out there in the wrestling world. We are, it's the first week of June. I don't know how many fucking shows, pay per views, all that stuff has gone by. But we are 2 hours away from making money in the bank.
Like, what we to say, right?
Hmm?
15th anniversary for this pay-per-view. 15 years ago it
Is?
started.
Damn.
Yep.
Well, then we are 15 years into the anniversary, into the Money in the Bank match concept. I don't know how many years as a pay per view it's been on, but you guys already know this is a podcast. We're talking about wrestling. There's only one place to be, one place to talk about it. The best podcast out there. No script needed. You guys already know this is Talk for Glory. This is Money in the Bank predictions 2025. Before we even talk any further, introductions are always a must. I'm Enigma V4.
I'm Young Smooth.
And this is Money in the Bank 2025 predictions. This is a small ass card. What's up?
Before we even get into anything, what are give me a favorite Money in the Bank moment. It could be like a pay-per-view, WrestleMania. Hello?
Okay, sorry about that, guys. Some technical difficulties just came out. Wait till we're able to get Smoove back into this. But I'm pretty sure he was gonna ask me like, what are my favorite Money in the Bank match moments? Sorry, guys, just trying to get Smoove back into this. Don't know exactly what happened there. But as as we wait for Smoove, how there he is already.
Yeah.
You good there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that was weird audio issues, but I believe you're gonna ask me like, what's one of my favorite Money in the Bank match moments?
Yes, winners.
Uh, damn, there's been so many. So WrestleMania 24, even though he wasn't a part of the match, one of my favorite spots is Matt Hardy returning and delivering a twist of fate from the top of the ladder to MVP.
That was dope, and I did love their rivalry back then.
Um, John Morrison's moonsault with a ladder. That's another one. Uh, damn, I'm trying to remember. Well, honestly, anytime Randy does an RKO off the top of a ladder, that's pretty badass to me.
Sure, that was like 23, right?
Yeah. And then, damn, I was going to say this was like one of my all time. Like, it's kind of a cliche now, but I kind of found it funny. I love when everybody in the match just dunks a pile of ladders on like the giant of the match.
Yeah. I kind of miss those giant spots.
Like they did it with Omos, it was pretty funny. They did it with the Big
Big
Show.
Show going forward, yeah.
I think they did it with Khali, if he was in one.
Holly was in one?
I don't know. I don't think he was, but I know like they've done that spot like 2 or 3 times, and it's always been funny to me.
Yeah. No, I
How
agree.
about you,
Definitely
Smooth?
favorite moment, Chris Benoit biting off the top of the ladder. One of my favorite moments. I know a lot of that. I know that name. It's banned everywhere, but it's one of my
This is
favorite
probably the only
moments.
time we'll be able to mention it.
Yeah, one of my favorite moments was that you got Rob Van Dam, WrestleMania 22. I think he wait, was it Rob? No, no, that was Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah,
He
it was
jumped
Shelton.
off. Yeah, he jumped off and I think went through the ladder with Rick, right?
Yeah,
Rick Flair? Yeah, Rick Flair. There you go. Edge winning the Money in the Bank, of course. It was probably one of my favorites because it's the first ever one 20 years ago. I remember watching that pay-per-view.
crazy,
And
crazy
Jack
time.
Swagger. No, let me stop. I'm just joking.
Honestly, if I could fantasy book, well, I guess I kind of did as a kid when I played. I think it was WWE 12. I did make Zack Ryder a Mr. Money in the Bank holder before.
No, I said it's just Jack Swagger winning the Money in the Bank.
I heard Zack Ryder.
No, Jack Swagger. No, I'm just joking though. That shit was horrible.
Okay, now moments, winners. Well, I guess one of my. Also, I see we have 6 viewers. Welcome to Talk for Glory, guys. Right before Money in the Bank too. Love to see it. I guess one of my favorite winners of Money in the Bank is Randy Orton. Love that he cashed in on Daniel Bryan.
Hated it.
CM Punk, the first cash in.
Really, you prefer it over the Edge? I mean, Jeff Hardy cashing.
Yeah, just because like in the moment as a kid, it's like, oh crap, Edge came to glow. I remember it. I believe it was like June 30th, 2008. Yes, June 30th, 2008. I remember Edge coming to gloat about Night of Champions, how both the WWE Champion Triple H and the World Champion Edge were both on
On a
SmackDown,
SmackDown.
and Raw has no World Champion, but Batista came out and beat the shit out of Edge, and then just right then and there, kill switch engage hits. Punk's got the briefcase, and then he cashes in. Like I love
That was
that.
a good moment. Yeah, I can agree. That was probably one of my favorite ones. The only reason why I prefer the second one is because his first world title run was ass, it was terrible,
Yeah.
and his feud with Jeff Hardy was really good to me. It's one of my favorites of
Oh yeah, of
SmackDown during that
course.
2009, a year later.
Now we have
So
7
now,
viewers. Welcome to Talk for Glory,
yeah,
guys.
yes, guys, don't forget to drop a like, drop a sub, turn those post notifications, share this with whoever you know. You guys don't want to miss
Your
any
favorite Money
content
in
we
the
got.
Bank match?
Yes, sir. But yeah, so that whole rivalry and feud was one of my favorites for sure. And I know you guys are probably like, wait, isn't this Money in the Bank 2025 predictions? We're about to
Right.
get into it, guys, but it's such a short card, so we might as well just give you
Yeah.
guys some of our input.
May as well look back before we look forward.
But yeah, if you want to get into it, well, let's go. Like we can get started.
Okay, so no shame, no bullshit. The first match that'll be here is for the Intercontinental Championship, and this just got announced maybe 2 hours ago. Dominic Mysterio, defending champion, versus Octagon Jr. I know jack shit about Octagon Jr.
Yes.
Uh, this match will be full of lucha libre, so as a Puerto Rican, I fucking love that.
Exactly. Me too.
I grew up on lucha libre before I grew up on WWE, so to a certain
Same.
level, this does mean something to me.
Same. I used to watch. You know what's funny? I used to watch AAA with my father. That's why it's hilarious that it's now partnered with WWE.
But yeah. So unfortunately, 9 viewers. Unfortunately, don't really have much to say about Octagon Jr. If you guys are AAA fans, if you guys have been watching, tell us about Octagon Jr. because 11 viewers. I don't know shit. I don't know shit about Octagon Jr. But what I do know is Dominic Mysterio is a breakout star of the year for Talk for Glory. That's what matters.
Yeah, guys, if you guys want to like give us any info on Octagon Jr., we would love to to hear it. I know we fresh off Worlds Collide earlier, right?
Yeah, but that was NXT and we don't watch that shit.
Yeah, sorry guys, we don't watch NXT. Um,
If
but
if you guys want to go back in history and look at the final NXT episode from Talk for Glory, I believe it's Stand and Deliver 2022.
yes, but Octagon Jr. gotta be doing something right. He's getting a match on the card, especially with a young breakout star like Dominic Mysterio, the Intercontinental Champion, and Tough for Glory's breakout star of the year
Of
as
course.
well. So.
So
But I'm expecting it to be a good match, some Judgment Day interference, probably some AAA interferences.
Yeah, I could definitely see, on both sides. If anything, I wouldn't have minded if they just did like three AAA guys versus the Judgment Day.
Yeah, that would have been better, but can't go wrong with a one-on-one match. I think we have too many multi-man matches here tonight, so
Right, right.
you don't
But
want to overstack your card with too many multi-man matches. So I can see why it was a singles match.
hmm.
Should be a good one though. I'm excited though. Like I don't know who he is, but I would love to like to get to know him and get to see what he's about. So
Of
I'm
course,
looking
what
forward
we
to the
don't know
match.
today, we'll learn. What we don't know today, we'll learn later, and we'll talk about it tomorrow probably.
Exactly. So if you guys are fans of Octagon Jay, let us know. But I got a dirty dominant with Stereo winning this match.
Do they still call him Dirty Dom?
Yes.
Really?
Really? I know they dropped it, but sometimes here and there they're calling it. It
The-
slips.
okay. Yeah, I got Dom winning too. Now let's talk about the purpose of the pay per view. That being the Money in the Bank match. That being with the following contestants. It is former Miss Money in the Bank winner Alexa Bliss versus former Women's World Champion Rhea Bloody Ripley and 2023 Talk for Glory Superstar of the Year versus rising rookie Roxanne Perez versus a woman that a lot of you guys love, 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 half Italian, half Japanese, Julia versus. Do people even feel the glow anymore?
Nah, the glow is dead.
The glow is dead. Naomi versus a lot of people's newfound favorite Stephanie Vaquer,
Oh,
and that's interesting. That is very interesting.
I'm looking forward to this. A lot of new names on this card. A lot of new names.
Let's move. You talk. I'm just letting this car pass by me.
Yeah, right. So we got Alexa Bliss, we got Rhea Ripley, Roxanne Perez. Um, it's hard to choose for me, Enigma. This is why, guys, as well, because I kind of want to break. I kind of want a new fresh name to win the Money in the Bank. So we can probably most likely guarantee a new world champion pretty soon, a women's world champion. But at the same time, I know this woman hasn't had her moment in a while, but she is a former two-time women's world champion. Naomi, I feel like that was so long ago, and it's well deserved now. I want to see Naomi get the success she deserves and finally be rewarded for everything she's been through over the past few years. You know, her journey in TNA, leaving WWE, then to come right back to WWE, kind of feel out of the spot a little bit. And like this whole heel turn has been like just a complete 180 for me in terms of the way I view her. So I'm really happy for her. I would like nothing more than to see Naomi get her opportunity and her spotlight tonight. It's just my opinion. And Alexa Bliss as well, another name that a lot of people I see are really happy about, like back in the company, back in WWE. She went on to be a mom and stuff. So you got Alexa as
Okay,
well.
that car is just a little bit further away from my window, so I can talk better and hear myself think. I'm listening to you, Smooth, and I completely agree with you on the idea of Naomi being a winner. Personally, I need it to be Naomi or I need it to be Alexa Bliss because talk about being so good somewhere else, then coming back only to not be in the same position that you were
Yeah.
in another place, but if
Hmm.
anything, where you were a couple years ago in the same in the WWE. I think Naomi's character work
Well, it's
has
good,
evolved,
guys.
skyrocketed.
Yeah.
What's up, peoples? There's a lot of people watching, and there's a lot of you guys commenting. Surprisingly, right before the pay per view, love to see it. Um,
Yeah. You knew?
I
Huh?
loved. Hmm?
So what?
I love that.
Oh yeah, she left.
I love that. Naomi. She went to TNA, and then a lot of people are like, "Oh, Naomi needs to come back to WWE. Like she'll be so much better." And now that she's back, I feel as though her hard work isn't acknowledged outside of the WWE. Like at some point, you need to go, "Oh God, you got better."
Yeah. So to come
And
back, and that's what I was trying to explain, to come back and to be in a position where you're kind of like, because let's be honest, you really was in a trios basically, right?
right,
But you wasn't like the main focus. It was mainly like Bianca Belair or freaking Jade Cargill. You wasn't the main character basically. You wasn't the main focus.
Right.
You wasn't even the
I,
second option. He was the third option. And like this is what I'm saying. This heel turn kind of was a blessing in a way for Naomi.
and I know a lot of people will go like, "Oh, Naomi can't turn heel" or some shit, which is kind of funny. I have had a lot of conversations where a lot of people think that insert wrestler can't be a heel, but like I can name you like 3 times Naomi's been a heel.
Yeah. A lot of people forget like when she first came on the scene. No, she wasn't heel, but like she first came out with like Sasha Banks. Remember that team? Was it like
Uh, Team Bad.
Team Bad? I was gonna say yeah, Team Bad with like Tamina, Sasha Banks. Who else was there? That's it, right?
Yeah, that was it. That was a trio.
Yeah, they was heels, and she was a heel for a pretty while with them, for a pretty good time with them.
Yeah, and pretty sure like I believe her run outside of WWE, maybe she was a heel.
No, she was no,
I wouldn't know.
no, she wasn't. She wasn't. She
Okay,
was basically Naomi still, just in TNA.
but yes, Naomi is a huge fan favorite that I know a lot of people, myself and Smoove included, are saying Naomi should win this. But if the rare case where we want that fresh new face, someone that just recently signed, I wouldn't mind the briefcase going on Stephanie Vaquer. And maybe this is just me. Personally, I hate this. I hate when Money in the Bank holders give champions a heads up. Like, hey, I'm gonna cash in on you on this day.
It's a fucking babyface shit too.
Yeah, like I hated it, but I could see Stephanie doing this, and then let's say whoever's like women's world champion by like Evolution, she's like, hey, I want to be in the main event, and the only way we can do that is if I like probably cash in.
Yeah, Cash was in
So
her match opportunity for the main event of Evolution. I can see something like that playing out.
so maybe who knows? Maybe she cashes in at the on the main event of Evolution. Also, guys, just a heads up for the future of Evolution. It's both yes and no. We are covering that shit. If
But
you
it's up
see
for
us
grabs
live,
right now.
if you see us live, then we're covering it. If you don't, we didn't.
Yeah, we don't know honestly. I gotta see the card before I even make that decision.
But
But yeah.
yeah,
So we got a lot of new names on the card, Enigma. We got a lot of names, and even though they don't have to necessarily win the match, it's just like the Royal Rumble, just like the Elimination Chamber. These are opportunities for you to build your name on the main roster to the new eyes that's going to be watching at a pay per view such as Money in the Bank. So you're gonna have a lot. I feel like we're gonna have a lot of spots where Roxanne Perez is gonna break out. Like she's gonna have her moments.
right. I think Roxanne, Julia, and Stephanie are all gonna like really show out. And by the end of this, people are gonna walk away fans. I've watched Julia's work since Stardom. I watched some of I watched some of Stephanie's work in CMLL, and also when she was in Stardom. I got to see Stephanie in Philly last year. Um,
Nice.
I love that these 3 women are being huge vocal points already as they came up.
Yeah, it's not they're not trying to like slow build them. I don't know. Sometimes when they do that, that'll be especially as of late, they get like stale and then they never get that energy. Like they never get to revive.
Yeah, like there are some
Um,
people that are like, hey, if they're a main eventer on NXT, you should bring them up as a main eventer.
yeah, or at least a high tier mid carder.
Yeah,
Like,
because some of these guys are like they'll come up like low mid tier, and then it's like, oh,
mhm,
they're a main eventer 2 years later, and it's like, why?
yeah, like not for nothing. Like, hate to go on this side. Like Carmelo Hayes, for
Right?
example, he's a perfect example. Like he
Yes, he
came to the main roster and like he remember he was a main event on NXT. He's one of the big stars there. It was him, Trick,
Braun.
Braun, a lot of the names there. And then we see him come to SmackDown, and it's kind of like
He's
he's
a
kind of
bum.
losing. He's a bum. I'm sorry to say, like
He's a fucking bum.
me and the nigga like to joke about this, but it's the truth. Like they were like neck and neck, and like Braun is like so miles ahead of him right now in terms of like where they are on the roster, like on the main roster, like
Like Braun, like Braun Breaker and Carlo Hayes were like 1A, 1B on NXT, and then it just became like Braun Breaker is
Braun
S,
Breaker.
and and Melo just feels like a body on the roster that can sadly be replaced.
Exactly. And I don't want that, for example, like to go back to my point, I don't want that to be like for the new woman coming onto the main roster. So I'm kind of glad WWE's kind of bringing them in on a high tier mid card level.
Like Stephanie got brought up. Her first match was against Io Sky. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Julia had her first match, I guess, was a tag match with Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. Roxanne Perez came up in the Royal Rumble. I believe she was in the final four.
Yeah.
So it's
Um,
like, so like they're coming up hot.
yeah. Miz, oh,
What?
sorry to say this. Miz is not Miz didn't leave WWE. He's taking a break from WWE.
Oh,
He's
okay.
going on hiatus. Yeah, he's going on hiatus. His contract does expire, though, I read, and it's most likely to resign, but he is taking a break.
Rightfully so. Man's earned it. He's a
Yeah.
two-time slam. But yeah, I genuinely believe like the women that have come up have been treated so much better than like I want to say the men.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
I can agree. As of late, especially.
but if I have to, look at the names here and who I think would win, it's kind of a tie for me between Naomi and Stephanie Vaquer.
Oh, Naomi's definitely okay. I'm gonna go with Alexa and Naomi. If I had if I had two names to pick, and it has to come down to a winner, I'm just gonna go with them.
All right. Also, Smoove, let me just acknowledge this real quick. All right, Gianna, you got friends in the business, and if you're right, you're right. If you're wrong, you're wrong. Merry Christmas. Um,
Yeah.
On to our next match, because we're gonna keep it in the women's. It's Lyra Valkyria, defending champion, Intercontinental champion, versus Becky Lynch. Is this the
Yeah.
second time?
Yeah. This is the second time now. This is the rematch basically.
I don't know what it
Um.
is, but they could have held off on this.
Yeah, I think you could have went away from it for this pay per view. It wasn't necessary. Like you don't need. And this is one thing that I hate when we get into feuds and just wrestling in general. I hate when we rush
Like
to like.
we rushed to round two.
Yeah, we rush so much just to get the feud over. Like, bro, the feud just started. They had a pretty good match at Backlash, right?
Yeah, I think it was probably like the best match on the card.
Yeah, it had a really good match. Why not like they just extend it a little longer? Maybe a little longer, but
So this is actually what I hate when we rushed to round two. It doesn't make sense. Lyra won that match clean. Oh, she won with a roll up.
but it's Becky Lynch. You know what they're gonna say. It's Becky Lynch. She just doesn't matter. Like, no.
Okay, then win a number one contenders match or something,
Yeah, earn your right to get a rematch. I
or
just
like
hate when they just
harass and stalk Lyra into like giving you a rematch.
exactly.
I understand like the whole stipulation, like this is the last time Becky Lynch ever gets a chance if she loses, but
Yeah,
I think we got here too fast.
I think we did it. And you know what? You know what's funny, Enigma? I think we're gonna get to a trilogy even faster. This is why I don't like the second matches.
Like my thought was, all right, how we can stretch this out if we really wanted was part one, Backlash, part two, SummerSlam, part three, Evolution.
Yeah.
I thought like we can go like that route, but I actually talked to one of my friends about this because I even told him like, hey, I don't like how fast we got part two. But I was thinking if we get to part three and it is that Evolution, make it a 2 out of 3 falls match, make it a 20-minute Iron Woman match.
Yes. Some type of stipulation that makes sense. In my opinion, though, probably gonna lead for me in this match though. It's gonna probably lead towards Lyra because I think eventually like Becky will get her win. Because let's be honest, I don't think Valkyria, right? That's the name of it. That's how you say it.
Yeah, Lyra Valkyria.
I don't think she should go on like to become this long reigning women's champion. All right, I get it. If she survives tonight, I think this should be it. Like, and then we eventually get to the Becky Lynch match at Evolution or wherever that time may come, and then Becky wins the last match, or she can win tonight. It depends on how you want to book it. Like, I
I
don't
think
think. Yeah, go
winning
ahead.
this because this has been like another cliche where it's like, hey, if I can't win, then I'm never doing this again type deal. And it's like, all right, now you're gonna win. Like we kind of seen it with Dolph, we kind of seen it with Brian, we've seen it with one more person, and it just feels like that's kind of the route we're gonna go with Becky.
What? Say it again. I couldn't hear you.
The hey, if I can't win, then I'm never challenging you again type deal.
Yeah, yeah, we seen it recently, like with names like Dolph. Didn't we see it recently somewhere else too? I am confused. I get what you're trying to say because I
Yeah,
remember.
like
I
we
just
saw it with
can't
Dolph,
name
we
it.
saw it with Brian.
Who else was it? Fuck it.
Another the
Yeah.
third.
Fuck it. Fuck it. Yeah. It is what it
Yeah.
is.
But anyways, so yeah, that's why I got Becky winning this.
He's in prison. Oh my God. Yeah. I have Becky winning as well.
I got Becky winning, but at the same time, it's like I get it. Lyra needed this tough challenge. I just don't think Becky needs the accomplishment.
He doesn't. But the nigga, you have to think about it like this. He doesn't, but like, why not? If you want to elevate a championship, why not give it to somebody like a Becky Lynch? Especially now. She's just fresh off coming back over a long like hiatus.
Because maybe it's just like how I view wrestling and how I view certain people with like certain status. There are
I
just
know she
some
doesn't
people
need it.
that there are just some people in wrestling like you do not ever need to see them win the mid card title. Like
Yeah.
who the fuck is ICJ? Dom. If Dom was doing like a shit show job of being IC champion, like I wouldn't hear anyone go, "Oh, let's put the belt on Cena. Let's put the
Yeah, that
belt on Roman. Let's
shit.
put the belt on they might put the belt on Rollins. Um who else is a main event? Let's put the
but you
belt on
have
Punk.
but you have to think about it like this. If it's a new champion, right? You
Right.
have to go with somebody who has an established name. If you want to elevate your championship to some kind of to have some kind of importance or prestige, like for example, like you put the world title on Chris Jericho when AEW first arrived.
Right.
When you first announced the world heavyweight champion, put it on Seth Rollins. When the first world heavyweight champion back in the days, like Triple H, for example, you need sometimes you need to have that veteran or that legend hold the title so it can establish the title. It can make a name for the title. It could bring some sort of prestige. I think Becky Lynch is the right person for it.
Okay, better her than Charlotte, honestly.
Yeah, I was about to say, yo, you just take the word out of my mouth, nigga.
Because I can't see Charlotte with a mid card title.
Yeah, me either. I think she's won so many world titles. I can't even see her with the tag team titles. I don't want to see her with any title.
If it ain't the world, then I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. So, do I do? And if Becky Lynch, do I see it lasting long? I don't think it's gonna last that
Maybe a
long.
month.
Yeah, like I said, this is all gonna go back to Revolve and end at Revolution. So I think Lyra can win it back, and this time it will mean so much more than the first time to her, basically,
Yeah,
in the
because
eyes of the fans.
beat Becky again for a championship.
Exactly. And now you beat somebody who's a world champion like 2 out of 3 times.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Becky as well. Me and them are agreeing on 2 matches tonight so far.
All right.
No,
Now
3.
time for the worst match on the card.
It does not make no sense, and I fucking hate this with a
It's
passion.
Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso versus John Cena and Logan Paul, two world champions, neither
Oh
defended.
God. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this.
Oh my god. Okay, so the only funny, cool bit that's here is Cody and Jay are former tag champs, so that's cool. That's a cool reunion.
Yeah.
But the idea of John Cena and Logan Paul, I I don't know. Like the whole
I'm
I'm
gonna be
gonna
honest.
run
I
wrestling.
don't care, man.
Yeah, like I don't care. Win, lose, draw, I don't care.
For me, a world champion. All right, I can see one world champion being in a tag match, but to have two of the world champions in the same exact tag match,
Neither
I don't
defend.
like it. Yeah, I don't like it. Even I don't care who it is. I don't like it. I don't like. I didn't like it when they did it with Cena and Batista all those years ago. I didn't like when they did it recently. Well, who was it? See, look, my brain's all over the place, but I just don't like it. I think one world title
Well,
has to be defended.
I think you're thinking
Huh?
of Roman and Solo versus the Usos.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Like, first off, I don't even like John Cena's whole shtick of I'm gonna ruin wrestling, and I'm gonna go home, and you guys are gonna need to have like a paper champion and all that stuff. Like, dude, why can't you just come out and put on bangers occasionally?
And to be fair, he has been active though. He has at least been appearing on WWE television.
Yeah, a lot better than after when he won the Chamber.
Yeah.
Didn't that dude like go missing for like 3 weeks?
Yeah, right before Mania too. That was the crazy part. I'm like, what the fuck? But my whole thing, I'm not gonna lie, this John Cena heel turn has been a fail. I can admit it. It hasn't been what I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, like I thought it was gonna be heat.
I'm not feeling it. I don't like it. I think we're wasting his last few months in WWE
He has 6 months
on
left, guys. Come on.
it's crazy, yeah, when you think about it like that. But we're wasting his last 6 months of WWE on a pointless heel turn that everybody wanted years ago. That doesn't even matter today.
I'll say this. The right time, the perfect time to have ever turned Johnson a heel, if there was ever a chance, should have been after he lost to The Rock.
Yes. 2012, 2013. Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Oh, 06, when he originally wanted to turn heel.
Oh yeah, or 06, that works too. Like the
But
right there lined up perfectly.
Logan Paul pairing, I get it. You're trying to build Logan Paul to be in a main event scene with world champions. WWE is not slick with doing this. Um, we've seen it time and time again. So they're testing Logan Paul. I don't know why. I think they might want to make him world champion if they're doing something like this.
Honestly, I feel like they're like one good day away from putting the belt on him. Because I'll say this, Logan Paul is the main eventer.
Yes.
And I don't mean that as like, oh, he's main event status. I mean he is in 9 out of 10 chance in a match with a main eventer.
Yeah, because of his name and the status he already built outside of WWE.
Like he's faced the Romans and he's faced the Seths and he's faced the Miz. He's faced the Rey Mysterios. Like these are main eventers.
Yes,
So
world champions.
by proxy, I guess he's main event status.
Yeah. I think eventually it's gonna happen. And I feel like it might happen as soon as SummerSlam, to be honest with you.
Maybe. So I'll ask future listeners, when do you think Logan Paul will become WWE World Champion?
And if you want me to be honest with you, Enigma, I say I don't mind him becoming world champion for a good month or two. It brings more exposure to the company, helps him out in a way.
Yeah, whatever he's doing on YouTube.
Because to be honest, Jey Uso isn't doing anything special either. So
I'm not jumping the gun until we hit at least half the year.
yeah, but this is what everybody worried about, and it's already happening in front of our eyes.
Oh no, of
So
course, of course. You know, everyone that we want Jay, and then he gets the belt. Which, again, if you're gonna put the belt on him, you guys shouldn't have tapped out Gunther.
yeah, that's crazy. But nonetheless, I don't give a fuck about this match. I got Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso winning.
I got Cena and Logan Paul.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Now for the main event. So thank you everyone that's been listening, commenters. We hit about 14, about 14 viewers as we were talking. Right now we're down to 4.
Yes.
So thank you guys. Right, guys, to drop a like, drop a sub, comment your favorite Money in the Bank matches, things of that nature, and most importantly, right, guys, to follow the socials that'll be hitting the screens in 3, 2, bam. So remember, guys, to follow myself and Smoove on our Twitters, X, whatever the hell you guys call this thing. You guys can follow me at Enigma_before_.
You can follow me at Young Smooth TFG.
You guys can follow me on my Instagram at Enigma_before. Then you guys can follow us on our Twitch.
Yeah, if you guys ever want to see us game,
Yeah, mine's is Enigma_before_.
mine is Smoove A1.
And then remember, guys, if you guys are gamers, if you guys actually own an Xbox, you guys can also add our gamer tags. So you guys can, well, Smoove, you go first.
Smoove A1.
Enigma V4. And then remember, guys, where Top for Glory is, it's not just on YouTube, it's also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, I'm pretty sure there's a Stardom show that's like coming up. I don't know if I'm gonna cover it. Probably am. I am thinking of some other stuff as well. How do you guys feel about a company draft? So it's like WWE's draft, but instead of going from SmackDown to Raw to NXT, I might say some people that may go to AEW or New Japan or Stardom or Ring of Honor or WWE.
That's
So
fine.
that's in the works. That'll be on Spotify. So make sure you guys follow Talk for Glory everywhere: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, or is it YouTube Podcast? Whichever one. I'm sure YouTube Podcast is going to come out and be a thing. But
Yeah.
now we're
Remember,
about to
guys,
hit.
always have tough skin too. By the way, don't
What
a
was
lot of
that?
people get offended so easily in the wrestling space.
Oh yeah, yeah. It ain't
But you're
that deep, guys.
correct, though. Yeah, it ain't that deep.
But now we're about to hit the main event, guys. So it is the Money in the Bank ladder match, where it is Solo Sikoa versus wait L
Eli.
Knight, yeah, versus wait, it's just Seth Rollins versus Penta
Wow.
versus Andrade. I'm not gonna lie. Why do they cut so many names?
Andrade
Versus
sin armas. Ahí está.
versus fuck
Oh God, who is this guy?
El Grande.
Yeah, America.
That's totally not Chad Gable, guys.
It's not Gable, guys. And it's fucking crazy how he's being pushed more than Gable.
Oh
He's at
my.
least getting opportunities at world
You know,
titles and Money in the Bank matches.
I think I finally understand Chad Gable's frustrations. All these luchadors getting pushes before him. Like I finally get it.
And look, our Grande Americano comes to the main roster, fucking gets a WrestleMania spot, wins the match at WrestleMania, gets into the Money in the Bank, and Chad is just like, what the fuck, like. But yeah, I think about who you have like for this match, or what do you call favorites?
Uh, Honestly, I think the two favorites are between Seth Rollins and LA Knight.
Yeah,
Um, on one hand, it's a sense of it's about damn time when it comes to LA Knight because he's been in like the last three, I think.
yeah.
And then people are just like, dude, put the briefcase on him, please. And then when it comes to Seth Rollins, from a storyline viewpoint, he is basically taking over WWE. Like this man has Paul Heyman by his side. He has Braun Breaker. He has Bronson Reed. Like, he has the game plan set up, and I believe he is the only former Mr. Money in the Bank winner in this match. Similar to Alexa Bliss was the only former Miss Money in the Bank winner in her match.
Wow. I'm gonna have to agree with you on Seth, but I'm gonna go with Seth and I'm gonna go with somebody else. I'm gonna go with Solo Sikoa. I think he's been undershadowed for too long, and I think WWE there was a reason for that. He's missed Mania. They give Jacob Fatu an opportunity before him at the U.S. title. So
I think it's just the fact that people gravitated towards Jacob faster than they did
no, of course.
Solo.
But knowing WWE and how much they love Solo and the Usos and The Rock and that family in general,
Right.
I just know, like, and I have a feeling he might just pull it off. I don't know. Something just
Yeah,
telling me.
I could see if like Solo catches in on Jay. Like the story's right there.
Yeah, that no, bro. It was gonna be. Here's my thing. Even if LA Knight wins, it's gonna be cashed in on the world heavyweight champion. Nobody here is cashing in on the.
No, no, no,
Even
no,
if
no.
Seth Rollins win,
Because to a certain level, I can see Seth cashing in on like Cena or maybe even Cody. Maybe he's still mad about being 0-3.
maybe yeah, but I don't know. I don't see. I just don't see anybody here being worthy of the WWE champion outside of Seth. Like Seth, maybe, but he don't want to cash in on that title. But
Right.
everybody else, if they was to win, I think it would be the world heavyweight championship.
You know what? Then yeah, then pretty sure this is well, actually you said you do have Seth. So I have Seth
I have
and
Solo. I have Solo.
all right, so you have Solo and I have Seth Rollins. Um I guess we can close out on like our reasonings for Seth and Solo. My reason, let me let this car pass by. Jesus.
For me, for Solo, we remember a promo he had recently. A lot of you guys probably don't remember. It's when Jey Uso won the IC title. He came to SmackDown and revisited Solo. and it kind of hinted at a future feud in a way. And it's crazy how like now is the time if you wanted to, you can have Solo win the Money in the Bank, and you can head towards what you guys already have planned in the books just now, basically. And I think it's just the opposite. I just think that's what they're gonna do. Like a lot of you guys, I don't know. I just feel like WWE is they do things for certain reasons, and even if
Right.
it's not the Money in the Bank, they're gonna revisit that feud regardless. I just know maybe it might just happen.
I feel like Seth has the better case of winning it just because we we haven't had like a two-time Mr. Money in the Bank except CM Punk, right?
Yeah, actually winning the briefcase, yes.
Yeah, I think Seth being the second ever to like hold the Money in the Bank briefcase, I guess win it because I know Edge is the first two-time holder.
Edge, and then we have Miz. Yeah,
Right. Damn, I forgot about that. Yeah, we got Edge, we got Miz, we got Punk. Also, guys, let everyone know who your favorite two-time Mr. Money in the Bank holder is between Edge, The Miz, and CM Punk.
I say Edge for me.
Yeah, for me, it's definitely Edge. But the reason I have Seth winning is because I think for the longest time he was never truly like the guy, like seen as the dominant force
Yeah,
or like the overpowered guy. And I
yeah,
think with Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Paul Heyman by his side, and then the Money in the Bank briefcase,
yeah,
everyone's going to be fearing for their lives.
yeah. They're like, who's gonna stop this group?
Exactly. Like, can you imagine? Just a hypothetical. Freaking John Cena or Cody Rhodes, like they win any random match, and then as they're about to get up, celebrate, do whatever, spear. Next thing you
Yeah,
know, you look up, you just see a giant
tsunami.
tsunami, and you just see Seth just walk down the
It's
ramp.
pretty much over at that point.
Like it's over. You got Spirit in half, you got a tsunami, and then you just got Seth like wrapped up, easy dub. I,
Easy.
I don't even think a curb stomp would be needed. So
I,
with
I I do want Seth to be a world champion again,
so
and
with
to have
Seth
Solo and Bronson Reed to hold like tag titles. That'll be a good picture.
uh yeah, to close out my point, Seth as world champion is basically inevitable with the Money in the Bank briefcase and Bronson Reed and um Braun Breaker by his side.
Yeah, let's just be honest. This is what's gonna happen most likely.
You know, it's it's,
Why
it's
not?
anyone's game.
Yeah, it's anyone's ball game. Seriously. But I mean, I'm just hoping, and I'm
Oh wait, I
excited for
also
Money in
want
the
to
Bank.
say that Andrade and Penta will have highlight of the night or
Yeah,
highlight,
we already know something's crazy happening.
and
Definitely.
since this is a Saturday and there's only four matches, maybe we might do same day review or definitely like tomorrow we can do review.
Yeah.
So
Maybe. Let's see.
depending on the times and the vibes, you guys will definitely get that review.
Yeah. But I'm just hoping for a good show. I'm hoping it's a good show. I'm excited. But yeah, we now an hour away, guys. So I hope you guys are ready. Everybody's getting ready for Money in the Bank. Enjoy, because I'm definitely am gonna enjoy. And yeah, I think that's it for my part.
All right then, guys, Money in the Bank's one of my favorite matches. Hopefully, a new star is created. I don't need the story getting further like they did last year with Drew winning.
Yeah, I don't need. Yeah, that was fucking pointless.
But I hope you guys looking forward to it. We sure are. Thank you guys for us hitting what 12, 13, 14 viewers live.
Yes.
That happened. That happened a little higher as well for the Stardom show that we covered. Well, I covered in April.
Mm,
So welcome to Talk for Glory, guys. Maybe some of you guys are new. Some of you guys are just catching us at the right time. Maybe we're going live at the right times. But yeah, thank you for that. I hope you guys enjoyed the predictions. I hope you guys are going to enjoy the show. And like Smoove and I said, wrestling's not that deep, so don't get in your feelings too damn much. But
yeah.
most importantly, when it comes to Talk for Glory, you guys make sure you guys Remember our message. Some of you guys have memorized it. Fucking love that for you guys. Stay safe. Have a great day and or night. Enjoy the show. And most importantly, enjoy wrestling.